Hi, this is Dr. Bharadwaz. I am CEO and Chief Doctor at Fidicus Homeopathy. Today we will discuss on one of the important topics, that is avian influenza or bird flu. What is happening is the bird flu virus is slowly moving away from birds. It is also infecting birds and it is also moving into other groups of animals. It is slowly moving into cows. We have seen couple of foxes are infected with it. Even the mouse are infected with it. Along with that, sea lions and seals are also found to be infected with this virus. Even though the incidence of this virus in humans is very low, and you can say that from 2009 only 900 people are infected with this virus, it is a concerning or alarming thing even though the incidence is low. Because when the virus multiplies, what happens is there will be small changes in the genetic material that we call as mutation. In some cases, the mutations can occur in such a way that it can become virulent in human beings. For example, it is now infecting very small amount of human beings, but with these mutations or any other mutation that happens in the virus, it can take a different path in human beings and it can be a pandemic, as we have seen in COVID virus. That's the reason, even though it is not much affecting or it is not deadly to human beings, it is important to curtail the virus as it is in the same place as of now, so that it will not become pandemic and it will not become virulent, it will not become another COVID pandemic. It is very important to curtail this virus at the earlier stage. Who are at risk of getting this viral infection? I can say everyone. Even a household woman who is working and making a chicken for you, cooking chicken dish for you, is at risk. To the poultry farmers or the people who are in close contact with the poultries or slaughterhouses or animal husbandry dairy workers, the person who are handling animals at zoo, or the people having pet stores, everyone are at risk of this virus. And also the family members and the friends of these people are at risk of getting this bird flu or avian influenza virus. At the end of the video, I will give you some tips, and also I will let you know how homeopathy can help you in this regard, how homeopathy can help you to prevent the virus in getting into you, and also how homeopathy can help you to reduce the symptoms when you have that virus, and also it will not cause much damage to you. And also I will give you some tips how to handle this virus or how to handle when you are at the risk of this virus. Watch the video till the end so that you will get all the information about that. Basically, what is this influenza, avian influenza or bird flu? When the people are infected by this, what you have is you will have simple and mild symptoms like running nose, redness of eyes, itching and burning sensation in your throat, nose and eyes and ears, to deadly pneumonia as well, and you can die of respiratory failure. So it can cause mild symptoms to devastating symptoms. It is due to a virus known as avian influenza virus. And coming to the symptoms, the mild symptoms include you may have fever or body pain, you may have malaise. Malaise means you will have the feeling of you have fever or weakness, and also you can have the redness of eyes, nose and throat. There can be itching in the throat, burning in the throat. There can be continuous discharge of watery fluid from the nose. It is called as coryza. You can have muscle pain, headaches, and also throat pain. Lot of mild symptoms which you see for the common cold are seen in this disease. And also when the disease crosses your upper respiratory tract and enter into your deeper parts of respiratory tract, you can have pneumonia which is deadly, and also you can have respiratory failure. So these symptoms can range from mild symptoms to very deadly symptoms. That's the reason you have to be very careful of this disease. And coming to the causes, how this virus can enter into your body. So when you are closely working with birds, or the soil infected by the bird feces, or the surfaces when you touch wherever the birds and animals are roaming, and you touch your eyes, nose and ears or throat, what happens is the virus enters into your body. It can also enter through aerosol, means the virus can be spread into air, and if you inhale that, you can get this disease. So it is as good as aerosol infection, and also by touching the surfaces and keeping those hands on your eyes, nose and mouth. So this is the mode of transmission, you have to be very careful of it. And coming to the pathology, the pathology can be due to, it will first infect your upper respiratory tract. What I mean by upper respiratory tract is your ears, your nose, your mouth, your eyes and your throat. This can be inflamed. You can see redness, itching, swelling and all the classical signs of inflammation. When the virus moves or the pathology moves deep into your system, It can lead to pneumonia and respiratory failure, where the human beings can die of breathing problems, lack of oxygen in the body. So it can be a simple upper respiratory tract infection to deadly lower respiratory tract infection. And coming to the treatment option, what treatment options you have with allopathic treatment or English mode of treatment or Western treatment, or the treatment you take when you go to a doctor who is nearby, or a corporate hospital, or a specialist. They don't have much options. The treatment is completely symptomatic. In higher cases, what they can do is they can give antivirals, and these have lot of side effects and very limited scope for them in this. But when coming to homeopathy, it has very good options or very good scope in this one. You can take the medicine to prevent this disease, and also you can take the medicine to cure this disease completely. So how this happens? There is a term called genus epidemicus. What it means by is, by selecting a homeopathic medicine and administering it to the patient or the person who is healthy and who is at high risk of getting this infection, like who is working very close with birds, animals, and also their family members and friends. What they can do is they can take this homeopathic medicine, so that this homeopathic medicine will prevent the disease. Even though it is not preventing, when you come into contact with this disease, the frequency of the symptoms will be low, the intensity of the symptoms will be low, and the duration of the symptoms will also be low, so that you will not land into hospitalization. If you are hospitalized also, it can decrease the hospital stay, and also it will discharge you early from the hospital. It will reduce the hospital stay. So it will try to prevent. It is not prevented. It will try to reduce the symptoms, intensity, frequency, and duration. For suppose, by unfortunately, if you are hospitalized, it will not complicate the disease, and it will reduce the intensity, frequency, and duration of the symptoms, so that sometimes it will prevent you from going and admitting into hospital. Even though if you are admitted into hospital, your hospital stay will be reduced, and also your discharge time will be quick. It will quickly discharge you from the hospital. So there are a lot of advantages by taking the preventive medicine for avian influenza. And also, if you are already infected with this virus, you can take this homeopathic medicines to reduce the disease and to cure the disease. Homeopathy is very safe. There is no even single side effect, and it is very effective in case of bird flu. And coming to the precautions, it is very important to take some precautions. If you encounter any bird or an animal that is sick in your place, be very careful. Let the authorities know it and handle it very carefully. Do not expose yourself to the bird, and don't go near to the bird by any chance. When you encounter a sick bird or a dead bird, let the authorities know about it, and try to avoid going near to the bird or animal, and avoid touching the bird or the animal. If the bird or an animal is dead, do not go near to it. Handle it very carefully to dispose it. Wear goggles, mask, especially N95 mask, and also use the gloves to touch the animal and bury it or to cremate it. It is very important, and let the authorities know about it. Make sure that you are not in much contact with animals or birds. So try to avoid contact with birds and animals as much as possible. When lot of birds and animals are around your house or the place you live in or the place you work, try to avoid touching the surfaces and touching your eyes, nose, and mouth, so that there will be less transmission of this virus into your body. And the next important thing is, when you are using animal products, may it be milk or eggs or meat, so you have to cook them well. Do not eat half boiled eggs or improperly boiled milk or improperly cooked meat. So ensure that your food is cooked well. When handling these animals and animal products, ensure that you wash the hands thoroughly before and after in contact with these animals and animal products. Apart from this, you have to have healthy diet, so that your immunity is good. Exercise regularly, have a good sleep, 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day. Keep yourself out of stress, so that your immunity levels will be good. And also ensure that you reduce your habits. For example, if you have smoking, drinking, or any other habits that can hamper your health, so try to reduce it. Finally, do not take this disease very lightly. So if you are in contact with animals or animal products, you and your friends and your family people are at risk. Ensure to take homeopathic preventive medicine, and also when you have these symptoms, consult a homeopathic doctor and start your medicines immediately. Hi, this is Dr. Bharadwaz. I am CEO and Chief Doctor at Fidicus Homeopathy. We offer two types of treatment at Fidicus Homeopathy: online treatment and in-person treatment. Wherever you are in this world, you can take the online treatment. The medicines will be shipped to your doorsteps, or you can inquire about your nearest physical location of our clinic and come and take the treatment. Thank you.
Fidicus Homeopathy.